Hey, it's Dave. Welcome back to my channel. Sorry about the noise if you hear it. They're cutting trees back there, and I can't let that get in the way of me trying to do an episode for my show. Today, I thought I would answer a few questions, and I'll do this periodically if people have questions for me. One recently was somebody wanted me to do out the ending of Kid Charlemagne. I'll just do an addendum video for you so you can see, and I'll play it out real slow to show you because that'd take me less time than actually sitting there and trying to tab it out. And it's just more of a pain in my neck. It's just easy for me to just to show it to you. Because of the subtle bends and stuff to write, whatever. Because you can find it anywhere online, I'm sure. But it would be better if I showed it to you. What else has been going on? This was like my first weekend off in a long time. I had a gig tomorrow night that was for a charity. I was sitting with another band, but that got canceled. The place decided to go with a DJ. So for this weekend, I am off, which is good because I had a busy week teaching, a couple of new students and whatnot, and everything else. Let's get to some of these questions. So the first question is, what is currently my main guitar? You've seen it in a few of the videos. It's my yellow Strat that I play. It's basically all made from Warmouth parts. So I always kind of like, when I first saw the International Series Strats, I always wanted that Monaco yellow. And, but I hate big headstocks on Strats, so I always kind of wanted a Dan Smith also, big logo, small headstock. So I figured, why not just build one myself? So I had all Warmouth parts. I had Wolf in Boston shave the neck down just a little bit, make it a harsher V, because it's a soft V, and I had to make it a harder V. It has the stainless frets. I also had Wolf scallop first and second string of the last few frets, because just to get up there, because sometimes it's hard for me to get up there. The pickups in it are the DiMarzio Area Pro 54 in the bridge and 58s in the neck and middle. And it's a great guitar. I would probably say between that and my G&L ASAT Classic Custom that I have with 3 pickups are probably my 2 main guitars. The next question reads, what has been your favorite venue to play live? So it's kind of an easy one for me because the Troubadour in West LA. Wait, is that considered West? Is it Beverly Hills or West Hollywood? It's east of Doheny. It's West Hollywood. Yeah, so the Troubadour in West Hollywood is clearly my favorite place to play. It has a great stage. For the venue, it was always been my favorite. We've played, in my bands, we played the Whiskey a bunch of times. And when I say a bunch, maybe a dozen. We played the Dragonfly in Hollywood, which is a great club. I loved playing the Dragonfly. We played a club called The Gig on Melrose, which is no longer there. That was a great place to play. A lot of fun. A great club. That was kind of like our club for a long time. The Gig on Melrose. And then it became the Dragonfly. And during that time, we played the Whiskey quite a bit. But we never felt like it was our club. The Troubadour, we played there. They treated us like gold. I can't say enough great things about that place. But just as far as sound systems go, how quiet the stage was, considering how loud we were, it was great. It was just a fantastic experience. Can you read music? Yes and no. I can read, and I can surely fake it. I can figure out what's going on. I'm not like a reader that can play and read at the same exact time, but I can see a piece of music and pretty much fully get the gist. I'm a chart reader. I can read charts. It's like anything else. If I sat and read sheet music for like the next year just playing it, I would be really proficient at it. But because I never do it, and when I've done sessions, I've only had to read twice, I think. So, and I got through it, so it's, but I can't say, I read more than a first grader can read a book, It's like the same thing. I'm definitely not proficient at it like I can read a chart or whatnot. How do I mic a guitar amp for recording. So way back in the day, I want to go back to like maybe 2001. We started recording with a guy, and I cannot remember his name. It was in Santa Monica, and we used a Coles ribbon mic on a Marshall cab with a 57, I believe. And I really liked the way that sound, that when we started working with my friend Ted again, we were using I think the first time we tried it's either a 421 Sennheiser with a Royer 121, and then we switched to a 57 and a Royer 121, and that became our magic stuff. Like, we found and we felt that we could dial in both microphones to really sound like what it was like to sit in front of the amp by blending the two microphones together. So I use a Royer 121 and I use a 57 from Shure together at the same time, and that has always been my favorite way to mic guitar amps. The sound to me is just, it's clear. You can hear everything. And there's a recording that we did where we did it that way. And then also when I went to go do the solo, we actually used my Line 6 Flextone amp directly in. And I asked people to tell me what they think the amp is on the solo, and no one can tell. So, I mean, there's lots of things you can do. There's no right or wrong. There's no right or wrong mic. It's what you like, how you like it to sound, who's producing it and what that producer likes it to sound and how they want it to hear. But the 121 and the 57 has been my flavor. That's been really what I like, and so that's what I use. And the last question for this particular episode is, do I have a favorite guitar solo? Yeah, I would say, even though I love My Love, I love it. My favorite guitar solo, I would say, of all time, I mean, it would probably be close because I really like Kid Charlemagne, but I think it's the Grant Geisman, or Giesman, however you pronounce his last name. Might be Giesman or Geisman. I'm not sure. But let's say it's Giesman. Grant Giesman's solo on Feel So Good by Chuck Mangione. Unbelievable. There's a great episode of Norman's Rare Guitars where Grant Giesman goes in and plays that solo. And it's incredible. He is a fantastic player. It's easily my favorite solo of all time. Like I say, I mean, Kid Charlemagne's up there. It's pretty close. But for the most part, I love that solo. Anyways, that's a little insight, some Q&A from me. If you have any more questions, feel free to email me at dave44levine@outlook.com. And I will try to answer them on here as much as I can. Please put in the subject Q&A for the show. Again, that's dave44levine@outlook.com. Otherwise, today I got really not much going on. I got a bass coming in. I was consulting for a company and they sent me out a bass. So I'm going to play that a little bit today when that comes in. And I got to do a bass video sometime. I just haven't had the setup and I haven't figured out how to make it sound great through this rig. But when I do, look out. I'll do a video. Alright, that's about it for today. Very good.
You're right on target. You hit the nail right on the head with your comments, what you're saying today. Right on the money, everything you said. You're 150% correct.